Well, this is the legal paper that the Corporation of Calgary, the Municipal Corporation of Calgary, is throwing at this encampment here. Of course, all over North America, there is a police crackdown. Camps are being evicted, and there is an effort to criminalize this citizens movement. As I see the Occupy movement globally, it's an emergency measures response to a situation where the supposed leadership is heading us, pointing us over many cliffs to oblivion. It's an emergency situation. Effectively, our governments have been occupied by lobbyists representing the war machine, which is closely connected to the banking apparatus. Of course, the most lucrative way of making money is war, financing both sides of war. Environmentally, we're going off the cliff in so many ways. The current situation is intolerable, and the massive character of the mobilization of the worldwide Occupy movement, it's as if simultaneously a portion, the conscious portion of humanity, came to the conclusion we can't simply work within the existing system. The existing system is too rigged. So hundreds and over 1,000 camps, 1,500 camps, maybe as many as 2,000 camps like this formed around the world simultaneously. It's like a groupthink happened. I see this as a kind of survival instinct of humanity. So this moment now where the effort is to evict this camp, to criminalize the campers, to mobilize the media, to poison minds against this movement, to try to say it's business as usual, let's sweep it off the front pages into the criminal pages as these court cases start to develop. I mean, this is where the system is going. We've seen now the clear evidence that we do live in a kind of police state. It's varying degrees of severity depending on where you are here in Calgary, which is a major capital of the oil patch. It's an emerging center of great importance. Even here in the sort of citadel and heart of capitalism, monopoly capitalism as we know it, here we are in late November. Of course, the city won't allow fire, won't allow power to this camp. Basic needs. We're in Canada in the winter. I was sleeping over here at 30 below one night. And so all over the continent, all over the world, people are meeting as we're meeting now. There was just a $10,000 fine. Somebody dropped off a propane tank, which supposedly is prohibited. And bylaw officers came in and wrote up a ticket for $10,000. It's a constant police harassment. The court will give a venue for a certain amount of articulation. It will be recorded. Of course, the movement will go into the courts to some extent. But how we're going to deal with this collectively, that's a huge issue as winter comes in. How will this movement transform? That's as I see this moment in history and this really unprecedented emergence, this Occupy movement. Well, we're not, in a sense, it starts with occupation, but we're really inhabiting our own places. This is a public park. This public park is being used for general assemblies, for our right of assembly. The emergency measures, the emergency situation is so grave that in our emergency measures, our citizens' emergency measures, we've gathered in many such places to create alternative forms of government. Given that our official governments are so occupied by lobbyists for the war machine, so preoccupied with processes that are environmentally disastrous, we've taken these measures, and of course the right of assembly, we think it takes a long time now to assemble. We don't see the assembly taking place over a day or an afternoon or a single march. We need to redevelop our communities, our capacities for communities in public places, in shared domains such as this one.